Hey guys, it's Tyler, and today we are back in the FTB research lab, looking to do some awesome stuff today. So, yeah, as you can see, place isn't exactly the same as it was in a previous episode. I added this room over here, and I'm super proud of it. It doesn't have the nice floor because we don't have access to it yet, but this is simply white stone bricks and white stone, and those are easily gotten, I believe it's just stone and sugar. So, small white stone bricks. Yeah, those were bricks and sugar, and then this was, something. Where is it? There it is. That was just stone and sugar. So the sugar I had, very simply, I just set up more sugarcane down by our sugarcane farm. Works out really well. And then, yeah, just made this little room over here, moved all the machines into here, as well as some crafting. I figured we're gonna need more room, so I decided to make this room, instead of keeping machines in here. I also put old, Rusty into this case, which you can shift right-click to open, and then you can, put stuff in there, super sweet and awesome, and then shift right-click just to close it. And that's very simply made, it's these, with some slabs, some wool, and some glass. And I decided to do blue wool just because I thought it looked nice and went well with the house. I can't get Spencer out of the corner. I tried, but we're going to have to wait until we get into Thaumcraft to move him. And then, yeah, let's see what we got going over here. As you can see, this chest is a little bit different now. This is an iron chest, and you can kind of get iron chests simply by surrounding a chest in iron, or you can make a wood to iron chest upgrade. So, here we go. Wood to iron. You can just put some planks surrounded by some iron, and then you can right-click that onto a chest, and it will turn into an iron chest. And then that iron chest can be improved to a gold chest. Simply, same way, iron surrounded by gold. And then the gold can be turned into diamond, diamond to crystal, crystal to obsidian. We'll do more of that in the future. I'll show you guys what those chests are like. They're huge, let me tell you that. But yeah. I also made a quarry, which is what we're going to work on today. Some landmarks, some pneumatic servos. I got some conduits that we're going to need. I also made an ender chest, which is simply made close to the same way that the ender tank was. Just a little bit different since it's a chest. But I also have that set up downstairs, which we will head down right now. I had that set up over here, getting ready to get some items. And I'll show you what this little menagerie is later. But for right now, we're good. So as you can see, I added in this power room just to get everything closer to our machines and all set up there. I'm going to shift right click and take our energy cell because we are going to need him. And then I'm going to go back upstairs. We're going to do something down here in a sec, because we don't want to put the quarry in the overworld, because we don't really want it to destroy stuff. We want to stick it somewhere where it can work, and we can simply kind of let it go and come back to it later. So I also added our rubber tree farm over here now, because I cleared out that area over there for the new part of the house. And then I also added in a little cow farm, because I needed leather and some wheat. Mainly to breed them. But the way I got these guys in here, I found a cow, I hit G with my portal gun, and then I can pick him up and kind of just carry him back here, and then place him in here. I did that with another guy, and then I just breeded them, and these are all offspring. So, let's get into what we are actually going to do today. And I'm going to tell you now, I actually recorded this episode twice. The first time it recorded without any audio, and that makes me so mad you have no idea whatsoever. So yeah. Anyway, let's make a Mystcraft age. I know you guys have seen me make the linking books in Mystcraft, but you've never seen me make an actual age, and that's what Mystcraft is really all about. So we're just going to grab some leather. I already have some ink set up in our ink mixer right now, so let's grab a link panel. We're definitely going to need some of these. We can grab 2, that should be good. We always want to make sure that we have a linking book whenever we go to a certain place. And I already have one, but I don't really want to use that. I want to make another one just to show you guys. So we're going to make unlinked link book simply like this. Grab it, and then we're going to link it to right here. Okay, we now have 2 overworld linking books, which is awesome. I'm going to grab this stand, as so, and then all I want to do is I want to put the link panel into this book binder, and then I'm going to take a piece of leather and I'm going to put it in the top left. That's going to give us a descriptive book. And this is the simplest Mystcraft age you can make because it's completely random. So we're going to grab this, and then we're going to place it down right onto here. And before I forget, I decided to make some new tools, as you may have seen in my inventory here. So we have the iron longsword, and he can simply, if you hold down right click, it'll charge up, and then when you let go, you're going to like thrust yourself forward a bit. I love this sword for the main purpose of getting at skeletons, because you can kind of lunge forward at them and get to them faster. But they're also good for like climbing up small ledges and stuff. I think that's super cool. The other tool I want to show you is the lumber axe. These are all from Tinker's Construct, by the way. You can make these with the smeltery, with all of that. The lumber axe will chop a 3x3 area of wood, or it will completely tree-capitate a tree. So as you can see, we're going to just do this, and boom, all the wood gone. How awesome really is that? So now we can just put that all back and call it a day. But if we were to go outside, we could chop down an entire tree with one swing, which is awesome. And then I also have Hammer Time. And Hammer Time is an awesome tool. It mines a 3x3 area of stone, or stone-related things. Oh, I just fell. That's awkward. Let's grab our wood here and do a little hop job. Boom, boom. I'm still not going to be able to get up. Oh, God. That's the only problem with the hammer. Never use it in your house, because who knows what's going to happen. So now we can go grab our cobble here, go back up. Derpy move by Tyler. That's okay. You guys are used to that. Let's fill this back up. So this tool is actually really awesome for strip mining, because you can kind of go down and just go for forever, and it's really awesome. But yeah, let's get into going into our new dimension. So we're just going to right click on our book the same way we right click on our linking books, and then left click into the spot here. Let's just make sure we have our linking books. Awesome. And let's go. So these ages are completely random. In the future, you can find pages in order to make your books into something that you want. It's kind of customizable. But it appears we're in a fairly interesting age here. We are lagging terribly, mainly because of all this gravel falling, I'm pretty sure. Wow, my FPS is really taking a toll right now. That's okay. It seems to be a kind of like cave-ish world. It appears to be very dark. A lot of stone, a lot of grass. Nothing too interesting, I'm not gonna lie here. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna keep this age. It doesn't seem very interesting in any way possible. But what you can find in these random ages are libraries, and I will show you a library probably in an up-and-coming episode, just because we don't have a lot of time to cover it today. But you can get pages from those libraries that you can then use to make more customizable ages, which is awesome. So let's head back to the overworld, and then we're going to go into the age that I prepped for today, mainly by going into random ages and then finally finding one that I liked. And saying that this one I like is kind of a bit of a false statement, because really it's not the best age to be in. We are in a taint biome, and taint is part of Thaumcraft, and it kind of starts to take over the world and destroy it and do all kinds of fun stuff. And I may bring in a guest for one of my episodes to kind of explore Thaumcraft with us and show us exactly how to use it in the best ways. But yeah, this is the reason I kept this world. It's completely flat, and it's also a cave world, meaning it has ores in it. So I wanted to set up the quarry here, only because I think it'd be easiest. So let's grab our landmarks here, and let's just go right here. So we're going to place down the first one, and then I want to grab a lever. And if we place the lever right next to this guy, and also these guys are made with some redstone torches and some lapis, and they kind of set the frame for what the quarry is going to be like. Now if we just do that, it's going to show us how far in each direction this guy can go. So let's just do a little bit of a run here, and I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to do that. And then we can go all the way over here, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, it's very far, la 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 la, and boom. Now we can connect these guys by right clicking, and you're going to see those are now connected, and we can do that, and we're back here now. Awesome. That's why I love portal guns. And now we can go all the way out in this direction as well. See some oil here. That's kind of cool. A lot of oil. Oh my goodness. That's really awesome, actually. Maybe we can mine some oil or pump some oil from here for the future. We can now connect that. And then we're going to go back, and now that we have a nice square frame, you're going to go, well, why not have one there? It's going to recognize that this is going to be a square, and it'll connect those ends as well for us. We can get rid of our lever. These will stay connected. And then we can just take our quarry and place it down right here. Now this connected with some taint here, so we're just going to do a little break on that and get rid of that. Awesome. And now we have a huge quarry frame, which is amazing. We're going to grab our energy cell and conduits. It should be noted that you can't just place the energy cell next to the quarry, because the quarry requires Buildcraft power, and the redstone energy cell is RF power. So you need to have a little bit of a buffer of these cables in between, because that will take the power and turn it into Buildcraft power. So now you see that we have this little guy running in the middle, and he's just going to chop down all of these trees for us real quick, because it doesn't want anything in the way of the quarry. That's perfectly fine. We'll let him do that while we set up how we're going to transport the items back here. It also should be noted that the quarry is going to keep 25 chunks loaded, which is incredibly nice. We don't need a chunk loader to do anything here. Cool. Let's grab some item ducts. Items are going to just spew out of this quarry once they are mined up by this guy. So we're just going to place some item ducts, and we're going to send them to an ender chest right here. And this ender chest is basically going to send all of our items back to our base in that little setup that you saw before. So let's actually, is there anything else we need to do here? I don't think there is. Let's head back to the overworld, and I'll show you guys what I have set up in the basement to collect our items. Okay, I have the ender chest over here, and then some item ducts connected to all of these chests. And this item duct has a pneumatic servo in it, and when you place a pneumatic servo into a pipe item duct, I'll show you just now in case I haven't shown you before. Place down the item duct, we're going to grab a pneumatic servo, we're going to place one right on there, it's going to say it was installed, and then that allows us to right click on here and do a bunch of different stuff. So we have a blacklist, whitelist, use OR dictionary, use metadata, so if it's like a damaged tool or something like that, ignore NBT, blah blah blah. We want to set this redstone control to ignored. That's going to automatically pump items out of here as soon as it gets some. And we're going to see items pretty soon, I'm guessing, once the quarry gets going. So items are going to get pumped out of here, and they're going to first hit this guy right here. And this is a deep storage unit. And they're fairly expensive to make, although you get 4 of them per craft. They're going to require 5 ender pearls, 2 eyes of ender out of those 5, and then some plastic sheets and some factory machine blocks, which you have seen me make before. Now these deep storage units, they can store a lot of stuff, and I'm saying like up to 1 billion of an item. So I have 2 of these set up, and I have this kind of item filter here set up so that dirt goes into this one, and cobble goes into this one. That way we can keep our dirt and cobble kind of stored in one spot, and we don't have to worry about it clogging up all of these chests. I should probably also make one for gravel. That's probably a good idea. Let me go. I have 2 more upstairs since the craft gave us 4 of them. We'll set one up for gravel as well, just because gravel gets annoying and we don't want to have a load of it just sitting in our chests. We want to have just ores in our chests. So let's place him down right there, and then we're going to do a pneumatic servo job right there. And then you always want to have a blank hand when you're doing this because it won't let you do anything else. And we need a piece of gravel. Derpy Tyler, that's okay. Hop back up here and go over to here, building blocks and gravel. Awesome. If we run into another thing that's getting in our way, we can always just add another deep storage unit. But I don't think we're going to run into too much of an issue right now. Okay, gravel in there, and then we don't need to do anything there. We just want to make sure that this is whitelisted, not blacklisted, because we want things to go in there, not prevent things from going in there. But once all the dirt, gravel, and cobble is past here, anything else is going to land into these chests that we can then access and get our sweet ores. Next episode, we're going to look at storing things in a little bit of a more interesting way using applied energistics. And that's going to be probably a 3 to 4 episode part, because applied energistics is complicated and hard to understand at times. So we're going to make sure we delve into that completely and get the best understanding. So we're not getting any items yet. Let's just hop back into our quarry age just to see what's going on, if it's anywhere close to ready. It's probably building the frame for it right now, because it has to clear out all the, yeah, it is. It has to clear out all the stuff, and then it builds the frame. And you can see it's going fairly fast. I mean, it's not like this is going to take forever to do this. So yeah, once the frame is built, it's going to start quarrying away. And are we running out of power already? Wow, there's no way. Maybe we are. That's why I also want to set up a... Oh, crap, items are spewing out. What is going on? Okay. Let's set that to that. And do a pneumatic servo. And say that this is ignored. There we go. No, never mind. Why won't items come out of there? Maybe we can just do, place the ender chest right on top of it, and that should collect the items that way. But if not, we'll have to come up with a solution. Is that working? Yes, it is. Awesome. So we found our solution, and you can see these are being pumped out right away, which is super cool. That ender chest back at the base is working really well. And I highly suggest using the item ducts for stuff like this, mainly because they're a fairly lag-free way of transporting items. So we can just pump this stuff into here and that'll clear it out real nice. But it's a fairly lag-free way of transporting items, and they work really, really well and fast. Now we can see the quarry is completely hauling it over here, and we got some water. That's cool. But it's going to just go row by row, clearing out all items. Kind of awesome. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. So I'll be right back once this guy hits some decent progress, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, I think I'm going to end off the episode here. Our energy cell is slowly running out of power, which means the quarry should be stopping here in a little bit. So I want to just end off the episode here. I'm going to run back to the base just so you can see how much dirt we're actually collecting from this. It is ridiculous, I'll tell you that. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little episode about quarries and how to set them up, how to power them, and all of that. They are a really good tool for collecting items. And 1,110 dirt stored in this guy right now, and then you can just simply take out stacks, or take out a lot of stacks at a time. And I think you can, nope, never mind. How do you put, is it shift, no, I don't know. There's some way that you can put all of them in at once, but whatever. Okay, so anyway, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!